Kathleen, we will find you.
This is the first journal, marking the beginning.
This is our cameraman, Lars. It's gonna be okay. We've uploaded our story from its beginning. We need help to find its end. What was Kathleen right about it? Was I
I really wouldn't go up there.
How will the global audience deal with a crowdsourced investigation?
Indeed, that is the question posed by Investigate North's Christian Fonnesbech when speaking to Epic Geeks in regards to their new investigative title, Cloud Chamber, to be released within the coming week. I was fortunate enough to get my hands on an early press release, so stay tuned to find out more of what I thought. Firstly, what is Cloud Chamber? One praise of Cloud Chamber I will give is its innovation. Christian described it as a massively multiplayer story game. From my playthrough, it seems to be like a spiderweb of different medias, all scrambled up in a cryptic washing machine and sprawled out over a digital landscape. The player travels from node to node, simply using the mouse, and can scan through pictures, videos, audio files, and emails to try and piece together a narrative of the story's main character, Kathleen.
So you're navigating these 3D data landscapes to find the media files, and then you're discussing with the other users, like on Reddit or Facebook, what happened.
This discussion takes place within a forum-like structure where players will write out their thoughts or feelings on the presented evidence, and then an up or down vote system is used to push those most in favor closer to the top. When the game is in full launch, this feature will be great to see. Like Christian says, it's similar to Reddit, with a layer of sci-fi and character disappearance on top. Cloud Chamber is looking like a really exciting time sink already.
So it's really like a crowdsourced investigation where you're playing yourself and where the other players are basically the ones judging how well you're doing.
Cloud Chamber has an impressive cast that created the video files for the games. Christian remarked the film aspect was quite high budget for an indie title, including names such as Gethin Anthony, who you may know as Rennie Baratheon from Game of Thrones, Sarah Hjort and Gwilym Lee from Midsummer Murders. I found the acting to be slightly off-key in the beginning of the game, but that may have been due to the strange confusion that is the storyline. Thankfully, the video files definitely started picking up steam as I got further into the plot, and I certainly found myself invested in certain characters. Indie games are so refreshing for good narrative when compared to larger, say, FPS titles, and Cloud Chamber is no exception. When asked about first-person shooters, Christian said this.
But I think a lot of them tend to get stuck in this sort of story here, gameplay here, and you switch from one to the other.
That's definitely the overarching sense I had when delving into this game. No, it may not have much replayability in it. No, it may not be the type of thing you jump on for half an hour with your mates to get some cheap fun and laughs. Cloud Chamber is about investigation. It's about time and collaboration, the sense of gratification for finding a clue or link that others glossed over. Every time I clicked on a node, I could feel an urge to don a checkered beret and smoke on a pipe while following some footsteps in the dust. I felt like a valued investigator, and I just wanted to make Mr. Holmes proud.
One of the things we figured out in these 3 other mysteries was that once you have science in there, real science, it becomes much easier to roleplay.
The relation between fiction and science within Cloud Chamber is a grey area. Christian described how a lot of the maths and theories involved are very real, including cloud chambers. And I appreciate the effort of that moving into the release of the game. I hope there are plenty of players out there that notice this. The internet certainly has a tendency to sigh heftily at corny Hollywood science mumbo-jumbo lines, and CSI-style investigators zooming in on pixelated reflections of reflections to identify the villains. It's a relief to see Cloud Chamber breaking away from this. This network, known as Crowdscape, the players will find themselves in, is great in its diversity. Graphically, you'll move from islands, beaches, to deep oceans, space, digital art and sci-fi forests, which is refreshing when you are actually working quite hard to unravel a mystery or problem. Christian explained the correlation between Crowdscape and this networked reality we live in.
I know that we and I very much have the feeling that we've discovered something. And basically, we've been looking for it for 10 years, which is basically how do you tell a story on connected computers? Because that's what society is all about now. It's about people using network computers to work, to play, to fall in love, to maintain their family relations, all these things.
When stepping back in this really early stage and taking a look at the game and trying to give my thoughts and feelings on it, it's really quite challenging because the essence I get from this game is it's really going to come to fruition when all the players are digging into it. The forums are going to explode when it hits market, and there's going to be, hundreds or maybe thousands of people investigating different nodes all at different points. And that's really when the game's going to take off. At the moment, it feels like a graphical and story shell that doesn't contain much meat because there's no one in there right now discussing, obviously because the game isn't released. In a moment I'm going to play the end of the audio file that Kim had when talking to Christian about Cloud Chamber, so you can get the details of the website and the Twitter and when it's coming out and whatnot. But for now, the last thing I think I really want to say is this game is going to be fantastic for those that understand what it's trying to be. If you head into it looking, as I said before, for cheap laughs or just a quick bit of fun, then it's probably not for you. If you're going into it looking for a big investigation, looking to unravel a mystery and a narrative, and get invested in characters, and be at the forefront of sort of finding out what the story is all about, then Cloud Chamber is definitely for you. It's very cheap, as Christian will say in a bit. It's only about £20 or so, yet to be confirmed, but it's around £20 for 50 hours at least of content if you're really properly going to investigate the game. I loved it the short amount of time that I did play it, and I know people that will dig their teeth further into it than I did. They're going to enjoy it so much more than I did as well. To give this game a really quickie review, out of 10 stars, I'd say it's a solid 8. It's not quite perfect, of course. It is such a new concept. I haven't seen many games that have tried to just, it's a 2-button game. It's left and right click. That's how you play the game. And so from that standpoint, it is new, it is innovative. It's trying to tell a story just in a different way. And for that, I think it's got a lot of balls and it's got my respect. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Be sure to check out Kim's full interview with Christian. It's got so many more better points that I have not covered in this video. And be sure to come back to the Epic Geeks channel another time. Thanks very much. Bye.
We have a Facebook page that we upload a lot of stuff to. Cloud Chamber Mystery on Facebook. We have cloudchambermystery.com and on our Steam page.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for joining me today. I know you've got lots to get on with launch coming up. Being very busy, so thank you very much for taking your time to talk to me today.
Okay, thanks a lot. Take care.